The Knicks are making a huge decision with their lineup and rotations to close out the final games of the regular season. While many teams right now are looking to rest players in preparation for the postseason, Tom Thibodeau isn't most people. And he recently revealed in an interview what lineups he wants to use to close out the regular season games. We're going to break down all of these latest reports today. If you're enjoying the content, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and make sure you have notifications on as well too. If you want to support the channel, the easiest way to do that is to hit that subscribe button. And now, let's get started. The Knicks make a decision on their final regular season lineup for the games left. The Knicks have only played 5 games together fully healthy all season long. So their priority to close the season is to gain chemistry with their core players. You see, I say that, and then you see the following injury report for tonight's game against the Detroit Pistons. Shout out to Knicks videos on the app X for giving us the following information. According to them, the Knicks have announced that OG Anunoby, right thumb sprain, Josh Hart, right knee patellofemoral syndrome, and Mitchell Robinson, left ankle surgery recovery, are all out tonight against the Detroit Pistons. Now, before anyone gets concerned, this sounds like New York is just resting players. They start a back-to-back tonight against the Pistons. Then after tonight, they play the Cavs tomorrow night. If they're playing the Cavs tomorrow night, in my opinion, they are making the right decision. Rest your players tonight against the Detroit Pistons and then be at full strength. Be fully healthy when you take on the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Cavs are the tougher matchup and likely will push New York to work on their chemistry even more. And that's exactly what they want to do to close the rest of this regular season. Even though the Knicks are resting players against Detroit tonight, I don't see them resting players moving forward. If the team can play and they're fully healthy, they're going to do that as much as possible to close out the season. Against the Cavs, I expect the Knicks to be fully healthy. Against the Nets, I expect the Knicks to be fully healthy. Closing out the regular season, New York needs to test this chemistry. They need to push the boundaries, and they need to understand where they're strong and where they're weak. And the only way to do that is to play your core players significant minutes and gain that chemistry to close out the regular season. The reason Jalen Brunson returned was not only so he could win all of these NBA awards, it was also to gain chemistry with the starting unit, the bench unit, and a fully healthy Knicks team. The Cavs, they're the tougher matchup. I want the Knicks fully healthy against them to test themselves and see if they can take down the Cavs. If it's going to be a competitive matchup, what's going to happen there? Against the Nets, that's your final game of the season. So, of course, you want to close out strong and test the boundaries of who you have on the team. Test your starting unit. Test your bench unit as much as possible. I know it's the Nets. I know the competition level is not going to be all the way up there, but it's the final game of the regular season. You need to utilize it as best as possible. Get used to the Knicks resting players right now, because likely this is the only time you're going to see it. Moving forward, there is not going to be any more rest days. The Knicks are going to play every player that's available, including the core starting players for the Knicks. They're going to play significant time because they need to gain that chemistry. You don't have to take my word for it. I have multiple NBA insiders confirming the exact same thing because they spoke to Tom Thibodeau, and Tom Thibodeau revealed he wants to gain chemistry to close out the season. And the only way to do that is to play core players significant minutes. So as I said, this rest day is an anomaly because moving forward, it just won't happen anymore. Shout out to Ian Bagley of SNY for giving us the following information. According to him, he states, if and when the Knicks clinch the 3rd seed, don't expect them to rest in the final games of the season. According to head coach Tom Thibodeau, as you head down the stretch, you want to check the boxes. You want a winning record at home, a winning record on the road. 50 wins is good. You want the highest seed possible. Then you want to be playing well. So you go step by step. We're not skipping over anything. And this is the approach we've taken all season long. We are not going to change now. So we think this will help us prepare for what's down the road. To some, this is a sign that players should sit once the Knicks clinch the 3rd seed. But Thibodeau doesn't see it that way. He wants his teams to be playing their best at the end of the regular season. It's one of his bedrock principles. That means playing the regular season minutes until the end, even if games have no bearing on the standings. It should be noted here that the Knicks will have at least 5 days between the end of the regular season and the start of the postseason. So they have a built-in rest period. We also have James L. Edwards with The Athletic confirming exactly what Ian Begley just reported. He states, also, as both Ian Begley and I both reported, Thibs made it sound like he'd finished the regular season trying to build chemistry with the core group. This is not surprising. If you've been following the team, all they've mentioned for months now is once they get fully healthy, their main goal, their main objective is to gain chemistry with this team because they know you can't trade for chemistry, you can't buy it, you can't attain it in those ways. The only way you get chemistry is with time put in. You have to put in the work. You have to put in the effort. And once you do that consistently, that's how you gain chemistry. New York has not been fully healthy, has not had access to a fully healthy Knicks team basically for the entire season. Let me say it again. New York, fully healthy, has only played 5 games together. That's important. It matters. You need to build that chemistry going into the postseason. If you have it, you're going to be a stronger team. If you don't, you're going to be a weaker team. Let's go back to that Boston Celtics game. Karl Anthony Towns in OT has the ball in his hands. Normally, he would fake and drive or shoot the 3. I'm sure a lot of people thought that as well, too. Nobody thought he was going to pass that ball to Mikal Bridges, let alone Mikal Bridges himself. Now, this is not an excuse. You're a basketball player. You're on the floor. It's OT. You should always have your eyes on the ball as well, too. So him not being able to catch that pass and make a shot, it is on Mikal Bridges as well, but it goes back to chemistry. It always goes back to chemistry. If they built more chemistry together, maybe he does expect that pass. But chemistry takes time to build, a long time. Maybe in a year from now, that pass happens the right way and we're beating the Boston Celtics. We need to be fully healthy entering the playoffs. And that needs to be the priority for this team as we close out the regular season. Yes, gain that chemistry. Get better as a team. Get better as a core unit. But also protect the players from themselves. Do not play anybody over 40 minutes, even if the game is close. You want to know why? Because it's going to help you if you have a fully healthy team in the playoffs. Protect your players. Make sure you're doing 2 things at once because it's possible. Did you guys know that? It's possible to play your players together, gain that chemistry together, not overplay them, prioritize health, and make sure you're doing everything possible to get ready for the postseason. This is what I want to see from head coach Tom Thibodeau. It's not surprising that they're doing this with the lineups to close out the regular season. What would be surprising to me is if our core players played significant, very long minutes, over 40-plus minutes. Hopefully that doesn't happen, but with Tom Thibodeau, you can never rule out any of those possibilities. And honestly, that scares me a little bit. But what about you guys? What do you think about the Knicks surprisingly resting a number of players for tonight's game against the Detroit Pistons? But again, this is on the first night of a back-to-back. It's likely all of these players and a fully healthy Knicks team will be available to take on the Cleveland Cavaliers tomorrow night. Let me know how you feel about all of this in the comment section below, guys, because honestly, I would love to hear from you. But that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, go ahead and smash that like button, leave a comment below, and of course, guys, please subscribe to the channel. Until next time, Knicks fans, take care of yourself, your families, and each other. Peace and love.